Shalom. First and foremost, call Allah and Wakabah, La Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rabachakwadash. Dub honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And Lord willing, YouTube don't try to strike me for doing a response to this video here. This is Alex Jones, that bozo, in which I happened to catch this video last night. And it was an interesting video. They was actually going in, as you can see the title, World Economic Forum, or WEF, announces the MOTB. All right, which is the most relevant topic when it comes to prophecy. And we always touch on it. We go into it every week, and it should be a lot of men who call themselves Israelites, especially if they call themselves prophets. This is one of the main things you should be going into and talking about. And he actually poses the question: what's up with you pastors and preachers? Why are you silent on what the WEF is announcing? So we know, according to Psalms, the 64th chapter, that their own tongue will fall upon themselves. So they're basically telling you your near future of what they desire. All right. They're boasting. They're telling you what your life is going to entail, what's going to control your very life on earth. All right. So you being a so-called prophet, a pastor, a preacher, a watchman, you're supposed to be sounding the trumpet, man. See, it's a good thing that you actually have prophets, that the Lord did set up watchmen, because they're keeping that open eye. They have that eye soft, and that's why it says in Proverbs, without vision the people perish. So anyway, I'm gonna play a little small segment of this video, and Lord willing, they don't try to flag me for playing this dude's content, because I know he's banned off of YouTube, which is why when you go to his channels on alternative sites, his channel was called ban.video, because they want to censor any information that goes against the narrative of the beast. They will deem it misinformation. That's how you know we at the end of this thing, because this devil, he's affected by the word. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get right into it, and then I'm gonna definitely get some scriptures.
5, 10, 20,000 people all over the country. It is so exciting to be part of this and to have him on air with us. But he mentioned Revelation 13, 16, 18. 16, and he hath all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he have that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the name. Here is wisdom. Let he who have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of man, and his number is 666. We are living through this now. It's incredible as Christians on this planet that God gave us free will, but God loved us so much, he gave us his only begotten son and gave us a cheat sheet on what would be coming and what would be happening.
Yeah, he didn't give you his only begotten son. He gave the children of Israel his only begotten son. And that's the miss they misscrew that. The Lord did not die for the whole entire planet Earth. He died for the nation of Israel. They're the cosmos who he died for. All right, but these Christians, they want to universalize the blood of Yahushai. All right, but it is amazing that they're not seeing these things in the times that we're living in, and they're these devils up top. They're making it vocal. They're telling it to your face, what they desire for you, man. Now, in the past 2 months, You didn't had, them report on um, different devices that they're saying, is very convenient, because they're pushing forward with this whole global digital agenda of everything being interconnected with the internet. You had going back in late March at TED Talks, where you had a woman on, she was on stage giving a lecture or a presentation on the progression of the Internet of Things and how all these technological devices are moving on and into our bodies. All right. You got the laptop, and then now you don't even need a laptop. You could just be on a smartphone, but now you can go from a smartphone to a smartwatch. And then forward, you can put an implant in your hand, you know? And that's the progression of the Internet of Things. They calling it now the Internet of Bodies, merging the technology into a man. And that's part of this whole fourth industrial revolution agenda. That's basically the MOTB system in a nutshell. All right, and then you had at the recent WEF at Davos, you had the CEO of Nokia talking about um we'll be able to have this 6G technology built into our bodies by 2030. And what the hell was he talking about? You've had Wallet Moore weeks ago, and you also had recently Mastercard. Mastercard, they now have the biometric technology where you can basically check out using you know um I guess the technology that where you can basically scan your face or your palm. And I did a lesson on that weeks ago. So Mastercard, they're pretty much using the technology that lets shoppers make payments just with their face or with their hand. Man, come on, man. That's adjacent to what the prophecies say in Revelation 13:16 on down. And if you can't see that, it's because it's two things, and we're gonna get to it in the scriptures. But let's finish this out, and then we'll get to it.
Clay Clark, it's just incredible. Why aren't more churches talking about this?
Well, I can answer this question very directly. I happen to work, Alex, as a consultant, and I'm not fishing for clients. I'm just explaining some context here. If people go to thrivetimeshow.com, how I make money, Alex, is I get paid by 160 organizations to help them grow. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of really terrible pastors and a lot of great pastors over the years. And what I found, Alex, is that a lot of the pastors have gone through seminary, and they've been taught with a Rockefeller-style education that says blindly memorize and repeat. And then a lot of them quit reading the Word of God. Now, I want to praise pastors like Pastor Greg Locke, who's on the Reawaken America tour, Pastor Brian Gibson, who's on the Reawaken America tour, Pastor Phil Hotzenpiller. They actually read the Bible. And so when you read Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18, and it tells you to look out for the number 666, immediately when they see Congress running out legislation called H.R. 666, immediately they, as pastoral leaders, they tell their flock, hey guys, listen here, look out for this. It's called H.R. 666. Congress is trying to roll out legislation that would implement the Mark of the Beast technology. When they saw legislation called H.R. 6666, it was abundantly clear that the Mark of the Beast was near. And folks, look it up in DuckDuckGo, H.R. 6666. When Google rolled out...
Now, let me pause it, because I don't know if YouTube get real sensitive with the algorithm because he's actually, saying the actual term. Because now he's making it to where you can't even talk about this subject. You damn near have to, post it on BitChute or Odyssey or something like that. Because they really don't want you to get the truth. All right. But these pastors, they're silent on it and they can't really see it because the Lord ultimately blinded them. And it's either because the Lord spiritually blinded them or they got paid off and compromised, so they have to play like they're blind. So let's get a couple scriptures on that. Let's go to Let's go to Isaiah 29 real quick. Like, you got jackasses like Geno Jennings. He don't know the truth, man. He'll wing it for the most part, and he even admitted in the past that he really don't know what the MOTB is. All right, that's because the Lord ain't dealing with him, man. He doesn't have the inspiration. He doesn't have the spirit. The Lord surely will reveal his secrets to his servants, the prophets, and he's not a real true prophet. He's a false apostle. All right, Satan pretty much set him up. Isaiah 29 and verse 10, it says, "For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered." That's why they can't see it. Even guys in the circumcision that know that the Israelites, that's out there on the front line, out there on the highways and byways with their fringes on, talking about read, all right? But they can't even see the obvious truth. We're living in that time, man. Prophecy is speaking. Revelation 13 is speaking very clearly. Okay, that image is being brought to life right in our very face, man. It's being given life. It's given all authority. All these legislations and executive orders being signed, giving them more and more power. They're taking full control, man, and they're not gonna stop. So we supposed to be, blowing the trumpet, man. We supposed to be mourning, piping unto them, mourning unto them, constantly giving the warning. It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. Now we know the Lord Yahweh Shai, we know that he loosed those seals. All right. Going to Revelation, the 5th chapter. So now the understanding is among his men, because the testimony of Yahweh Shai is a spirit of prophecy. So those who the Lord is dealing with, the prophecy set up is not sealed to them. All right. But if you're not one of his and you're a false prophet, it's sealed to you. That's why you're not going to see it and you're not going to go into it. It says, verse 12, it says, and the book is delivered unto him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. But you did all that learning in those theological seminaries, and you was taught to recite, a bunch of scriptures and read all these extra biblical texts, but you can't even see that we're living in a time of prophecy. That's the main gripe with these Christians. They do not understand prophecy. Some of the scholars, they attempt to go into it. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they off. But that's why it takes for you to have the unction. Because when you have that unction, which is the anointing of the Holy Spirit, you don't have the discernment to know the spirit of truth versus the spirit of error. That's why we can detect when guys go off when we make these response videos, correcting them and also giving warning and telling them to repent. Their followers, you know, they just follow them like a bunch of zombies and don't actually try their words. Like it says in Sirach the 27th chapter, man. The fruit determine if the tree has been dressed, because the trial of man is in his reasoning. So you got to try the spirit by the spirit. So this is an example right here. Let's get the other one, Ezekiel 14. A lot of these men are just spiritually blinded. The Lord blinded them. Ezekiel 14 verse 9, it says, and if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity, and the punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. that the house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with all their transgressions, but they may be my people, and I may be their power, saith the Lord power. All right. So a lot of these prophets are deceived. You know, you got Yohana that'll tell you, you think the Most High care if you get an implant? You know, they that's the attitude that they're taking. So he's gonna push just like he pushed for members to get that damn jump shot. He's gonna push for you to get the MOTB. They're gonna do shows and classes and put their implant on camera. I could see them being that arrogant. Those niggas. All right. But we ain't no cowards. Look, we got the implant right here, right in our right hand. You can see how arrogant them dudes are. The Most High gonna do them something, man. All right. Let's get Isaiah 56. Because it's either the Lord made them dumb or they're playing dumb because another reason they've been compromised. They got that bag. All right. Isaiah 56 verse 10, it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, laying down, and loving to slumber. All right. Because they're in a comfortable position. You know, when you're in a comfortable position, you kind of lay it back. You ain't watching for nothing. So basically, you ain't trying to see nothing. It says, yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. You know, that's all they looking for is that bag. Okay? They didn't sold you people out, so they're gonna lead you to the slaughter. The Lord calls them hirelings, because they don't care for the sheep. Let's go to John 10 and verse 12. And it says, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. So they don't really care about the people that they're deceiving. They just care about the money that's flowing in. Okay? That's all they care about. While they continue to deceive and lie to you. All right, I mean, this is clear as day what's going on, man. Wallet More, MasterCard, what they talking about at TED Talk, what they're talking about at the WEF, that the surveillance is going to be under the skin. You got Albert a boiler, that damn rat, you know, and what he's boasting about. Even got a pill. You got a Karagma pill from Big Pharma that they introducing. So it's clear what they're doing, man. And it's a shame that we're the only main ones going into this. And even these dudes, these Edomites here, they can see what's going on. So it's obvious, you know, what's happening. Either spiritual blindness or you're blinded by that bag. You took the purse. Now you look up that word hireling. The word is mistatos. Let me let Esau pronounce it.
Strong's G 3411, misthotas, misthotas.
Mistotas, and it says one hired, a hireling. You know, so you're just here because you know you're just working for the money. You're not genuinely here to actually care for the sheep. That's why the Lord said, woe to you pastors that scatter the sheep of my flock. The Lord's gonna visit every last one of you, man. All right. And the blood's gonna be upon your hands. Let's go to Proverbs 24 and 11. And it says, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we know it not, doeth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? The Lord's going to reward all of you. The Lord knows that you know. Because a lot of these dudes, they know. They know. But you took that damn gift. Exodus 23 and 8. And thou shalt not, Slakia, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous. And when you go to the NLT translation, it says, take no bribes, for a bribe makes you ignore something that you clearly see. So some of these dudes, they clearly see what it is. They know that this is prophecy. They know that, you know, we're not to take it, and you're supposed to be warning Jake about, you know, this system. You should be warning them that, hey, this growing system is of the beast. Don't fall for it. Be willing to be a sacrifice. Be willing to deny yourself. Don't conform or comply. Stand upon the principles of righteousness. Stand for the defense of the gospel, man. But instead, Jacob, scoff and mock, come with their opinion, come with all type of gray areas. That's that money making you talk like that. It says a bribe makes even a righteous person twist the truth. So, hey, so we know that these are the main reasons why a lot of these so-called self-proclaimed pastors, prophets, teachers, so on and so forth, are not speaking on this. But it's clear as day, man. We can see it. Everything going cashless. The CBDCs are being adopted into all the 90% of the central banks in the world. So we're getting ready to see that shift. And a lot of you're gonna be scratching your head soon. A lot of you gonna actually confront your leaders and your pastors about this, and they're not gonna give you the right answers. All right. And if you've been watching us, you better take heed. Some of them actually gonna come across these videos and they're gonna turn away from those the phonies. Because the Lord said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. They follow not the voice of strangers. All right. So, these people, they can be the judge though, but they actually are going in, man. And that's a damn shame that Esau can see it before some of you dudes that know the truth. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. I just want to respond to this. I'm sure other brothers and elders are probably going to see this and maybe do responses to this. And I'll leave a link to it in the description box. Like I said, Lord willing, they don't try to strike me either. But if they end up doing it, then I'll end up posting this on my BitChute and on Odyssey, of course. And I'll probably end up having to go back to the GMS Vegas sit downs 144 God page. But I haven't posted on that in over a month because I had 2 strikes and then one came off. But I'm trying to when I get multiple strikes, I'll leave them pages alone for a minute. All right, so but like I said, if this channel Vegas sit downs 144K get hit, which will be 2 strikes on it, I'll go back to that channel and also the 777 channel. All right, so anyway, with that, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To the next lesson, Shalom.